the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints.
Let's go!
Ready. 280.
53, Mike.
You kill.
Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Ready.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
You kill.
54 is Mike.
Ready.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
I got you.
They fake the give. Here's Brees. And this is caught by Watkins. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
A gain of 14. First down.
Ready. 95, 56. 5-1. Bravo.
53 is the Mike. 53 is the Mike.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
Brees now on first down. And brought in by the tight end Cook.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. From midfield, here's Brees. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Here's Brees to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now, this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. David Onyemata able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. After the sack on first down, Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
That's ready. 5-8, 5-8. 36, 36. 53.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
A Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
8 yards on the pickup.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it. Here's Williams. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey, Echo.
Breeze going to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
0-2.
Now a play fake. Breeze under pressure again, and down he goes again. They can't stop Bruce Irvin there as he slips in for the sack. On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the lead moves to 10-0. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, You have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it,
and got his man complete. That one good for 37 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. He'll run it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
47. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Let's go. 4 down, 4 down. Left hash, left hash. Delta.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, he'll find Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Push him back.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Wilson, and he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Maximum effort, partner. Minimal gain.
Yeah, minimal gain. Looked good, though.
Mike, 280. Mike's 47. Go. Go.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Sheldon Rankins able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it will be 4th down.
47's the Mike, boys. 47.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it. A chance to get some momentum here in the 2nd quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, I'm sure you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in. But I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the 2nd quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards, good for his Saints. 1st down. Throwing now is Breeze. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. Thomas, the intended target.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
One flip.
He's mine. Check your hot read.
To throw is Wilson. Going to throw again. It's caught. Lockett. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one good for 26 and a first down. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Breeze. He's got this to his running back, Ty Montgomery. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
2nd and 7 on the Seahawks 49-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Breeze now to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
You draw Corker.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Let's get the ball. Right, 54, right there. 54, Mike.
Smoke.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Shotgun now for Breeze. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Not that time for Watkins. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Check pass, check pass.
To throw again, Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Intended for DK Metcalf. Incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore there defensively.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
It's our time.
Throwing is Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
It's 4th down.
Fourth down, and out is the all-pro punter from a year ago, Michael Dixon, to punt for Seattle, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Harris to return.
There we go.
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. From the 22, Wilson. This complete to Lockett. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw is Wilson. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Check 50, check 50.
36, 36.
Check.
Check hot route. Hot, hot. Slam, slam, slam.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
Watch the safety cream.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game, and so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Kill. Under crunch. Watch out.
They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9. Here we go. At the Seahawks.
Again, it's Williams. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
57's Mike. You're good.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 23. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. After the interception, here's Wilson. He's going to air it out for and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Hey, keep it up.
We go 21. 53 to the next second.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's caught. The tight end Hill. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And it's 3rd down.
Ready? You ready? 57's Mike. I got you, boy. 53. 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike. I'm here all day.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Here we go.
Bang. Sammy. Bang. Check.
Now Breeze. Looking long for Thomas. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Here's Dorsett. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
Call that a 48-yard punt and made even better by a loss on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they begin this drive in very precarious field position inside their own 5.
And remember, this is a defense that's already scored once in this game, so you've got to really take care and make sure that you're blocking these guys to try and wedge the ball out from the shadow of your own end zone.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Check 50.
Now again, right side. Carson. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Hey, 0, 0, 0. Check. Shift. Hey, check, Mike.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. Left side complete to Lockett. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Check curls. Shift. Watch the shift.
Hey, alert.
Here's Carson. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory.
That's it, baby.
He's across midfield for the 48-yard line.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. The Seahawks on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. He's got Lockett. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 29-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Wilson now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. This is Carson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Unfortunately for you, you've been around me for a little while now, so you know me as well as anyone and how I look at a game. I don't ever advocate abandoning anything, but in this case, I'm going against my own thought process. You got to change it up. You got to start throwing it around a little bit, finding ways to try and move the ball, because keeping it on the ground just isn't working for them.
Yeah, maybe get him the ball out of the passing game, a swing pass outside or something, just something to vary it up. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another 1st down.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now a give, right side. It's Carson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Greg Olsen, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vincent Mayoa able to get him for a loss of about 3. Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike
5-1. I smell fear in that offense.
Now a play fake. Breeze. And he finds Cook. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Breeze. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
On 1st down, Carson. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4th. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Easy. Hey, orbit.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Vincent Mayoa in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day.
Now Wilson to throw on 3rd down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is Harris. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. And checking that NFL scoreboard there in the 4th quarter down in Arizona. And the Panthers, they're starting to pull away in that one. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Kill. Mike, 57.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. 0-2.
Breeze to throw for it on 4th. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. He was looking for Watkins that time.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And they cannot do anything to stop the clock defensively. 3 straight wins to start the campaign now.
And this is where a team, privately, within the confines of their own room, their meeting rooms, the locker room, they start to think to themselves, we're pretty good. We should be a playoff team.
We got 25 to Mike. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee.
Today's final score, Seahawks.
Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the 4th quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close, and then really went into the gallop and finished it strong.
One more horse racing theme.
Go.
I am glad you posted today.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So for the Seahawks, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.